Thomas in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, watching us on YouTube. Hey, Thomas, what's on your mind today?
Hey, thanks for having me on the show. So my point is to the Tom Perez being named the DNC chair. So I feel like for at least me as a progressive, this shows an extreme lack of respect coming from the establishment side of the Democratic Party. I'm sure Keith Ellison wasn't like the perfect candidate, but he was. I feel personally that he was better than Perez. Perez has deep connections to the establishment wing of the party, and he even went back on his word. Originally, he said, yes, the DNC was playing favorites during the primaries, and then went back after, and then he said, I talked to some of my friends, and then I realized I misspoke.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I heard you a little bit earlier, but why should the progressive wing of the party stick with the Democrats, or at least the establishment Democratic Party, knowing that it seems that the establishment doesn't, at least don't respect that wing of the party?
The thing that I find amazing about this, Thomas, is that apparently the thing that pushed Perez over the top was President Obama personally calling voting members of the DNC and lobbying them to vote for Perez instead of Ellison. That's what pushed him over the top. It took 2 votes to make it happen. Had the president not intervened, in all probability, Keith Ellison would be chairing the DNC right now, from everything that I'm reading, or from much of what I'm reading. And, you know, so what we're seeing, in my opinion, is the last gasp of the Democratic Leadership Council and the third way. We're seeing the Democratic establishment, that part of the Democratic establishment that does not want to hold banksters accountable, and that's Barack Obama. And I realize, you know, a lot of people get offended when anybody criticizes President Obama. He was a good man in a lot of ways, and he was our first black president, which is a huge thing for the African-American community. But the fact of the matter is that he was a DLC Democrat, just like Bill Clinton was. And that whole group's time has passed. It didn't work, the experiment of bringing in corporations, being nice to the banks. And frankly, I knew that Perez was going to win when the day before the DNC voted to continue allowing lobbyists to be the voting members of the DNC and to continue taking their money. And at that point, I was like, okay, you know, the leadership of this party is going to go with the DLC and the third way. So, you know, which is not, it's still not the Republican Party. I mean, there's a lot that we can agree with corporate Democrats on, you know, social issues, things like that. It's just the main economic issues we're not going to agree with them on. But I think that what we have to do is take the party back. It's, you know, I mean, FDR Democrats, LBJ Democrats need to take the party back from the Bill Clinton Democrats. It's really that simple. And we damn near did it here. And that's working from the top down. And had, like I said, had the ultimate top, the president, the former president of the United States himself not intervened, we would have done it. But now we've got to do it from the bottom up, which means that you, Thomas, should go to your local Democratic Party in Philadelphia and say, how do I get into this thing? How do I end up being one of those people who votes on who the next DNC chair is? You know, let me in. You know, to just simply discard the Democratic Party is, you know, it's just not practical. Thomas, thanks for the call. We'll be back.